Alright, well, it looks like we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Thursday morning live trading. It is Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. Feeling pretty good, feeling ready. Hopefully today has some good opportunity. So gonna go ahead and get the. Well, that's funny. I totally just started talking and forgot to put the mic in front of my face. I'm like, wait, something's missing here. Anyway, good morning. I'm ready to trade. It's a beautiful Thursday morning, and I'm gonna go ahead and get my watch list built out. Look at the stocks from yesterday as per usual. See if there's any follow through momentum. No, they're all dead. I'll keep SHPH on watch because that one's been kind of interesting the last few days. Everything else is gone. And let's look for. Okay. So, looking for the leading gappers. Looks like leading gapper this morning is Pixie. Pixie Shift. I remember, or Shift Pixie rather. I remember trading this one a couple years. No, not a couple years. Maybe 1 year ago. And I remember doing actually very well on it. I remember that was one of the first when I was not very. My accuracy was very, very slim, and I had a good trade on PIXY. It was fantastic. Let's see. ASAN is up. Well, so yeah, looks like Pixie being our leading gapper up 119%, and AMLX is up 76%. From there, there's not as much. INM is a 20% gap. I'll add that to the list. And these are all a little bit more expensive stocks today. Oops, which one did I just get rid of? SHPH. It looks like RVNC is gapped up. Okay, so let's call that good for the time being. Looking at Pixie pre-market, the chart looks pretty good. Or maybe a little bit extended right now on the 5-minute here. That's right. This one went kind of wild the other day with halts. Let's go here. So looking at this, the one thing that right away I noticed that I want to be cautious of is we had this breakout here, this kind of W pattern, and it broke out and then rejected off that breakout level. And it went almost $3 a share off the highs. So, yeah, this thing can certainly pull back. But I'd say it looks pretty nice right now. So I'm going to go ahead and get some horizontal levels drawn out here. So 125.50. This double top here was at 43, 44. Come on, baby. Call that good. And then one more I'll throw at a high of day at 26.78. So, looking at this one, certainly has got to have news being up 121%. Double up after plans. Shares double market trading. Plans to transfer the virtual brand developer pipeline and technology stack of Shift Pixie Labs to a wholly owned subsidy. Oh, okay, interesting. So certainly a decent headline on that. Looking at AMLX. Okay, so it looks like this one already had its massive move, and we're just trading sideways right now. So I look for this thing to get over view up, certainly, and maybe over high of this candle is 32.57. No, 32.90. Okay. We'll draw some lines on this one, as always. So I look for it up through those levels. I guess we do have a triple top right here. I'll mark out rough triple top. It's that one, ASAN. Coming up real quickly, we got 30 seconds till the market opens. ASAN, similar thing, made its move and it's pulling back into the open. Not interested really in that one right now. INM, no volume. RTA, I don't know. So I'm certainly going to be watching Pixie on the open here. So, trade smart, trade safe, be patient, be disciplined. Here's the open. Seems like I'm getting a little bit of lag there. So again, I'd be disappointed to see the leading gapper fade and fail off the get like we had yesterday. With SID Hue, I believe was the stock. So we're kind of consolidated. We're basing on at this level. It's just a big doji right now if they open. 3 million shares of volume so far on that candle. SPY, Qs, gap down about 1%. No surprise there. So just right now, just waiting, giving this thing some time to see which way it's going to go. Wasn't a bad gap and go. It went basically $2 a share. You could have potentially gotten there. So if this thing dips down to about 20, I might be a buyer there. Or I'm sorry, 22 at this level here. Put a support line there. It's a bit wicky right now. Here's AMLX. This one's pushing up. But nah, not as much volume on this one, but still enough, certainly. Quickly looking at the other ones from today. So yeah, Pixie and AMLX are the ones that are moving above view up right now. So we broke ascending resistance or descending resistance. It's holding fairly well here. Potential entry at 24 there, but I didn't really like it. Yeah. Why didn't I take that at 24? It's what I was looking for too. Man, so I'm gonna miss that there. We broke descending resistance. We hesitated, came back down to 24, about 24.30, and that was the entry. And that micro pullback. And it went $2 a share. Man, live. So it seems the last couple days I've been slightly caught up with a bit of analysis paralysis, or just being too cautious on some trades. So I'm gonna look to be aggressive on this resumption here. Things up 134%. Looking at the daily, basically up over a lot of this resistance here. We've got this level at 28. Mark that one out there. High at 28 exactly in the whole dollar. And then we've got 44.89. So theoretically, it's got room up to that. We'll see. So looking at resumption on this, we'll see if it can open higher and then get the dip and rip, dip into these levels here and the rip. So looking at this thing from a few days ago, the open, we had 1, 2, 3 halts. And on the third, well, first resumption, second resumption, and on the third resumption, we ended up having a flush. And then it reversed up and halted up again 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Crazy. So this thing has potential to be a beast, but I want to be careful because the risk on this thing is pretty high. I mean, you can easily flush $3 a share. So resumption on this is going to be at 38 and 53 seconds if it's a 5-minute halt. So in about 1 minute. Whoa, I just yanked this one down minus 1,000. I don't know where. So waiting on resumption, about 30 seconds here. Resumption's in about 5 seconds. I got a really high fill on that. Holy smokes, I got filled right at the top. Hmm. Yeah, look at that drop, man. This is a high risk stock. So I was down quite a bit on that trade for a split second there. I'm gonna have to go look at what just happened where I got filled. I think I got filled. So we opened, we started trading up, and then we dipped down, and then right as I was about to hit the buy button, it popped back up here. I got filled, and then it dipped, and then it ripped back up to 27. So, man, I think it was a small winner. Um, but that was just that was a lot of risk. I don't know, man. I'm surprised this thing flushed right there, to be quite honest. I didn't think it was going to halt down. I thought it would be stronger. Especially resuming over this resistance, pulling back into this. I mean, that's pretty prime entry for the dip and rip, if you ask me. Man, I missed my entry here though on this candle at 24 right here. Not necessarily 24, but we had the retest, and that's, well, let's see. It broke ascending descending resistance here by a few cents. So what, 25? Pulled back more. And then when it broke back up again, if you're not a buyer at this dip, you should be a buyer then. Now it's halted down here, but I don't think it's necessarily down and out for the day. But this thing's it's a little bit too volatile. I'm really curious where that ended up filling me. So it ended up being a small green trade here. That was Danjo. That's for sure. Felt my nerves on that one a little bit. This thing's halted. Let's look at the other stocks from Scanner today. SHPH. This one really halted to the upside now. Yeah. This thing did another nice red to green. Okay. SPY is trying to push up right now. So what's the difference between a stock like PIXY in this case, where we have first halt, a good resumption, and I place a really nice, in my opinion, a really nice open there. It's like, let's see, halted here, high was 34. So yeah, it was almost $1 a share open here. I guess about 70 cents higher. Pulled back into this. But my question is what's the difference between a stock like this, where we open, it holds a little bit and starts getting bought up, and then flushes, and then rips up, and then flushes back down to a hold. So instead of resuming and getting bought up and making a strong green candle, like what we had yesterday, I didn't trade at all on SHPH. Right here. So what's the difference? We halted up, and it opened, it dipped a little bit and held, and then it just chopped up from there into another halt. So it's like, it seems like with some of those, you just gotta enter and then try to play it as best you can. But I don't know what the the factors are to make that one can be able to potentially predict. So I'm not sure. My thoughts on that on halts. Pixie looks like it's going to resume here in 20 seconds if it's a 5 minute long halt. So we'll see what happens with this one. It's terrible resumption. Just straight away into a halt down. Okay. Looks like the best action happened on this thing pre-market. So I'd have to be trading pre-market. Okay. So this thing's now halted down for the second time in a row at 2160. We'll see where it resumes. Um, I mean, it's still up 92% of the day. It's now below VWAP, which is bearish. Yeah, this is a bad one to get caught in. Really looks like the trade was waiting a bit, and then after we had this push, we dipped, and then right back up to highs. So technically, it gave over $1 a share if you capitalize on that. But that was you would have had to have been very quick and very accurate with your timing. So there goes the leading gapper down to the depths. Who's ASAN? Oh, excuse me. The thing that I don't love is it seems like all the stocks that are moving today that are on the watch lists are expensive. More expensive than I prefer to trade. Looks like NUTX. This was one that was moving yesterday. This one's making a push right now. It seems like it's kind of just random momentum though. Yeah, no news. It's up almost $1 a share now. What's up with that? Why am I yawning? I don't want to be yawning at all. It looks like resumption on Pixie will be in about 30 seconds here if it's a 5-minute halt. So realistically down here, I'm not really looking for an entry. More curious to see if this can, maybe it'll open flat and do a red to green and reclaim view up. Or look for an aggressive dip with smaller size. Um, but yeah, typically wouldn't love taking one this far below view up. Here's resumption. It's gonna be a flat resumption. What was that lag? That's weird. So a bit tricky there on PIXY. Very volatile. Good morning, Rockling. Anything on your radar today? I tried taking one trade out of this this halt resumption here. Ended up getting, I was green like 25 bucks. But it was, my risk management on it was a bit poor. At one point in the position, I think I was down over 100. And to be quite honest, it was a little bit lucky because I almost cut it. I should have cut it for a stop there. But then ended up making a bounce. So what happened was it opened. It hesitated right around this level. It didn't really give a dip, and it pushed to about 720, 750, and then dipped down to the whole dollar. And that was my entry. And then from there, we dipped down another 50 cents. So I was down almost 50 cents a share, and then we popped back up. So I sold for a small win. SPRO was your trade. Oh, yeah, that's right. We were talking about this one yesterday. Yeah, Pixie is tough. To be quite honest, I didn't expect to see this much red off of this halt resumption here. I mean, we halted up strongly at 26, and we opened above these pre-market levels and pulled back right into previous resistance. So to me, this looks like it would have been more strong for the dip and rip, which I guess we did have a bounce from these levels once it hit this to 27.81, but then rejected and flushed $5. Well, not quite, $3 a share, $5 a share over the next two candles. So pretty nasty rejection there. Stop is at $1.10. Okay. What's your profit target on this bad boy? $160 to $170, and then to potentially two. Okay. Oops. No. What? Okay. third day play. Okay. Man, I just don't have a good look on this because if like me taking this trade, I don't know where I would look for profit target. I just don't know where. Yeah, I don't know. Looking for something to hold up here though. Oh shoot, he canceled it. Man, and then it has a really strong open. It's just kind of a similar. Oh no, guess it's not a third day play on this one. That's right. Yeah, this was the one that presented some opportunity yesterday. I guess that one did hold up pretty nicely over pre-market here. After hours trading. Rejection off VWAP here on Pixie. Profit target being yesterday's high. Okay. Yeah, it seems like you've had a pretty good look on those. I'm trying to remember what the one was an AYVA. Similar setup. Was it not the ticker? Yeah. Yeah, and then this one was ended up giving a really nice move after we talked about it. Right here, yeah, all the way from 170s to 230. And that's just a play that I have no idea. I don't have a good read on by any means. Yeah, I don't know, man. So, looks like it's going to be kind of a gap and fade, kind of a morning right now. Oh, yeah, that's right. I was thinking of INAB. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. So the third day being, yeah, being this day then after we had a really nice move on it on the 30th. Okay. Not a bad move there on ICE, but this was the one that I struggled with a couple of days ago. I think it's higher float. It's over 100 million. I know that much. And right now the volume is super light. Is this going to be a day for playing these? I typically don't trade these, though they can be some pretty nice. Some pretty nice trading tools because they, one's inverse of the Nasdaq. One trades with the Nasdaq. Yeah, this is the Ultra Pro short. So when the Nasdaq goes up, this one goes down. When the Nasdaq goes down, this one goes up. I'm right. This one looks decent right now. It's up 10%. I guess it's kind of just a second day continuation from yesterday, I suppose. Yeah, a bit disappointing again on the leading gapper today. But yeah, you can only take what the market's willing to give. And in the last few days, it's not willing to give much as far as leading gappers go. Looks like the opportunity on this one was pre-market. And up until now, I haven't really haven't traded much pre-market and I have no experience with it. But it's something that I've been considering potentially doing is getting on maybe a half hour earlier. But yeah, I'm not sure. I suck at microscoping pre-market. Yeah, I don't know. I've given a little bit of I've watched pre-market price action a bit, and it seems tricky. Um, but I feel like I would look for less micro scalping when it comes to pre-market trading, and more like slightly longer hold times, um, with like definitive stop losses as opposed to like mental stop losses. And then just giving the stock a little bit more time. But like I said, yeah, up till now I've just observed a little bit. I haven't tried trading it at all, so I'm not sure if I'll start or not. Still need to consider that. Well, today's a bit of a boring day. September being a bearish month in the markets, historically speaking, has certainly been the case so far this year. Opportunity has been slim, that is for sure. No, I don't think you can set stops. I just mean like like a lot of times, like for example, with this trade on Pixie, when I entered this trade, I didn't have a definitive like if it breaks below, for example, let's see, if it breaks below $26 flat, then I'm gonna stop out. I usually have a stop loss in my head, like a mental stop loss, but I'm not using a definitive like to the cent and then I'm cutting it. And I just mean like with pre-market trades, I'd probably look to hold a little bit longer and then yeah, have those definitive like okay, if it breaks below this to the cent, that's when I'm going to cut it. It's like SHPH again, and this one of the only stocks providing good opportunity, but I let this one run without me the last couple of days. Hmm. See, Ruby is moving a bit. A little bit of a cheaper stock. This is one that was up yesterday. But yeah, I'm not so sure about this one. There's a false breakout on SHPH over 40. Okay, ASAN. This one doesn't look bad here. Oops. Nice red to green on this one. Really strong candle on the 5-minute chart here. It's a bit lower volume on this thing, but I might look for a slower trade on it. Just longer hold time. But the only thing about this is there's not much range. There's not much range at all. So trading it, I'd have to trade it with a little bit bigger size, I'd say. ASAN higher float. Yeah, I saw that it is a bit higher. It's like 70, what is it? 72, yeah, 72 million. A little bit higher than typical, but yeah, not bad. Here's SHPH in a halt now at 43. Man, like this stock just keeps on going. We're right up on high of day from yesterday at $45. 45.94. This one's a bit wild. So for the day right now, I'm up 25 bucks. It's enough to buy me and someone else a little lunch. Pixie's consolidating here at 21. We've got a little range here between 2180 and 2080. So we'll see. Maybe this thing can break out over this kind of ascending resistance we have here. Maybe it's not totally down and out for the day. It doesn't look so bad right now, so we'll see. $21.73 as a daily level. From where? Resumption on SHPH is going to be in about a minute and a half if it's a 5-minute halt. Oh, no, it's no worries. I guess it's something that I haven't practiced enough of is something as simple as marking out and finding critical daily levels. So I appreciate you bringing that to my attention. Ah, yes. Wait. Yeah, okay. I see now. So again, just looking for those big volume days. Okay. I watch resumption on this. Probably won't take any trades, but wow, look at that awful resumption. What the heck? In big price range. So yeah, I'm guessing then the idea is then looking for days that do have more volume and then looking to mark out those. Well, it's not holding up here. It's now making new lows. ASAN came back down a view up. Look at the scans here. Then you can see whole dollar levels are being more respected as well. Yeah, okay. So you're talking about oh, okay. Gotcha. Yeah, the whole dollar levels certainly have been significant levels in this. And this was a trade that I missed on it right here. We broke this for setting descending resistance. Yeah, that was the one trade so far that was a setup that I would be like to taking. Would would be like would like to be taking words. Um and yeah, I missed it. But it did a bit of a false breakout where it broke over these highs of this first candle and this descending resistance. Pushed up to about 25, pulled back, and then that got bought up and it jumped up into a halt. Yeah, you would have had to been really quick with this thing out of the open. But it provided some good opportunity. There was a lot of range on these first couple candles. It did kind of, well, it opened and went straight from opening price at 23.50 to 25, 25, 27. So, I mean, even if you get some slippage, it's still potentially more than $1 a share right there. So that was decent potential, but then it was a pretty nasty rejection. So, yeah, that was tough out of the open. Hey, yeah, the risk was high on this thing too, and it was definitely difficult setting a, like you said, a stop loss. So the time is 9:20. It's been almost an hour since the market opened. The leading gappers is has failed. Second leading gapper failed. And ASAN, this one looks decent, but the range isn't great on it, and it's a bit of a higher float. Don't really care for it that much. Wow, there goes Ruby. Nice breakout there. See if we can hold. Man, I wanted to buy that pullback, and I didn't. One thing recently, it seems that I've been playing it a little bit overly cautious, and I'm not trusting my analysis, and then I'm not taking trades, and then I'm not having as many metrics to go over and look at to see what trades are working and what trades aren't. So, on some of these where I feel confident on my breakdown of it, I just need to take the quick stab. And if it's not there, it's not there. Live and learn. Yeah, it seems like I go through had the same thing like 1.5 months ago. It seems like I've gone through little lulls of that where I get into stretches where I almost get caught up in this analysis paralysis. Like right here, the back of my head when it dipped down to 22 and it got over these highs, part of my gut was screaming at me to buy it right here, and that would have been quickly. It popped up to 26. That's 5 cents. Oh, yeah. So Ruby's holding up pretty high right now. There's highs again. It's a little extended now on the 5 minute. Quite extended. So it looks like IMRA is holding up decently here at that daily level of 23. Yeah, it did. Ooh. Waiting for this thing to pull back, and it's really not. It's trying to break out here. First 1 minute candle making you high, and MRA, IMRA. Nice. I'm gonna get over that one. Well, there's 35. Previous high was 29. So we consider a pullback into that level. Volume has started to increase. Next level 251. Yeah, okay. So high of this high volume day. Dang, and there was a dip to 29. I was looking at the daily chart. That was what I was looking for right there. And it bounced off it to the penny. Gotta remember to stay focused and dial in. So we're over the 200 EMA now. Slightly annoyed that I missed an entry on 29, but yeah, I know how you feel. Yeah, if you bought this thing out of the open, or I can't remember what exactly you said. Oh yeah, you put an order at 194 pre-market. Man, that is a bit disappointing. So we're holding up pretty high here, consolidating, which is good. That's what I wanted to see. We'll see if it's gearing up to make another leg up. Oh yeah, I wanted to look at Ruby. Here is this setup again on Ruby. This is something that I keep noticing over the last few days, time and time and time and time again. We have obvious support here at 30. Break support by 2 cents. And instead of it flushing and people stopping and long stopping out, it gets bought up and ends up turning into a strong green candle. It seems like this has been also all too consistent. It's kind of crazy. So I'm going to be looking for those entries going forward. Because, like, look at that, man. Yeah, matching strong reclaims and 1 minute candle making new high. So I guess, yeah, that would have been in this case right here, this setup over 31. But yeah, this has been seriously, it seems consistent lately of the stocks that I've been watching. We'll have a break of resistance and then that gets bought up very nicely. Oh, I'm sorry, break of support. Yeah, true. Know what stock is strong enough to do that. Very good point. And this one wasn't even up. Well, I guess it was gapped up very slightly. Had this run pre-market. But yeah, certainly, yeah, you can get caught in flushes on this kind of a thing too, and that's what I would expect. 9 times out of 10 would be we've got descending resistance and a flat bottom here coming into a pivot, and when that flushes, I would expect it to flush harder, maybe to 26, 25, and then you get a bit of a bounce maybe, but not, not this. But like I said, I would think that it would do that 9 times out of 10, but it seems like 7 times out of 10 it's been doing what I just did here. And yeah, Ruby was, I think it wasn't it just yesterday? Oh no, no, yeah, that's right. It was the day before. Yeah. So yeah, this thing definitely does have potential to move. So Man, it's like this thing, it moves and then immediately volume dries up. And then it moves and volume drives up. Like in this move, got 450,000 shares, 822,000 shares, a million. Red candle is super small volume, only 324. So it's, I mean, that's a good thing for the volume profile. But then again, make a leg up on 820,000 shares, 377, 416, 213, and then right back to a million. On this, we have 1.6 million. And here now we do have a pretty big volume candle on red volume. Or pretty, what am I trying to say? A large volume on a red candle. Maybe I'll look for this setup here. We're forming this flat top at 34. If it breaks down to 33, 31, could be a similar entry to this. This is now the like third pullback, I guess. Like, look at that, 120,000 shares of volume only. And we had 2 million a few, why do you say, though, about the third pullback? Is there something about the third pullback that I don't know about? Usually people, okay, yeah, that's kind of what I thought. In this case, it's going to give a nice little bounce, though. $39, 40, 42. It's right there at 40. Ah. Yeah, this one's tricky, and you really have to have a little bit of a longer hold time. Because the range on it isn't very much. I tried the pullback there at 40 for retest of high of candle. But I ended up stopping out break even there. Yeah, I know. So maybe 3 is just a lucky number. I have to keep that in mind. Because I know usually the third halt, that's a big red flag. And yeah, so I guess third pullback, third dip. Yeah, I'm just not a big fan of how this one's trading. I don't even know the float on it. I should have checked that. Okay, so it is a bit of a higher float, 84 million. Like this one is just the volume profile on this one is just rather odd to me. On this pullback, I mean, on this candle we get only have 120,000 shares of volume, and then we have 15 times that much volume. Well, 12 times, 13 times that much volume. 2 minutes later, 120,000, 1.6 million. Just kind of strange. Yeah, definitely. It's the next actions of the other players. So I try to consider that too. And that's why something like I was just talking about earlier on a trade like this, where if I'm looking at this from the long side, and I'm buying maybe in here for candle making new high, or I'm looking to break this descending support, or I'm sorry, descending resistance, and then it breaks below that, I would think that longs are going to stop out, but instead we just have a really nice reversal off that. So I definitely do try to consider, where shorts are going to stop out and where we get squeezed, or where longs are going to have their stop losses at. I definitely do try to consider it, but I don't think my analysis on it is very spot on at all, to say the least. Yeah, for sure. Make sure it's not. Yeah, yeah. I think that's exactly it. I think you have a good look on it, and I feel like I've got a decent grasp on that concept. But yeah, I just don't fully. I can't fully wrap my head around it at this point. Oh, here's IRMA. IMRA. Looks like it's curling right now. It's 32. Yeah, there certainly isn't a whole ton of volume on this thing right now, but it could certainly amp up enough to make a big another leg higher, like we had in this move here. Yeah, low volume, so longer hold time. Yeah. Yeah, there's like no orders coming through right now. Just a couple. Whoops. Let's get over here. It's 37. Want to be careful of double top. first false breakout. Ah, disappointing. I was tempted to get in there on the pullback at 34, 33 here. But the reason I didn't is because we hit a double top and pulled back off that. If we had broken over the double top and pulled back the same amount, I would have probably taken the entry, but I'm glad I didn't there. It's good to recognize that. A little bit disappointing. Yeah, shorts hammered it. Man, as a short seller though, that takes a little bit of takes some balls in my opinion. To short a stock that's came up right to high of day and you're shorting it at the double top level. That's pretty aggressive because then if it breaks over, you could get a lot of short covering and then you could be in trouble there. Oh, come on. Tempted to try a dip in this area. Well, the Qs and the SPY turned green on the day. So that's cool. It's good to see. Pixie's at 22. Okay. So a little bit of a inverse head and shoulders pattern here. It'll be interesting if it can reclaim VWAP and give some more volume in here. Looks like IMRA is pulling back still. So real quick, I'm going to take this little lull. There's not really much action right now. Grab a glass of water, go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Stretch out the legs. Okay. I'm back. Gonna get locked and loaded. Time is 9:50, so we're coming up on 10 o'clock. And today I've got to get out of here by no later than like 10:30. So we'll see if we get any opportunity between now and the next half hour or so. Pixie's trying. Here's lower low here, but then we had a higher low, higher low, higher low. Wait, what are you huddling? Are you talking about IRMA? Oh yeah, of course, SPRO. Okay, so your stop loss is at 110, I believe. So what's your RR? Your risk to reward on this thing? Oh man. Solid risk to reward. Yeah, because I guess you said, yeah, proper target was up towards 150s, 60s. Well, let's take a look at the scans here. So the primary thing is Ruby. APRN is up there. I don't think I looked at that one today. Yeah. Maybe if we can get over this 35 level, I'd be interested. Should add that one to today's list. I don't even have it on there. IMRA. Man, disappointing on Pixie here too. Reclaim VWAP and nasty rejection. 23 daily level. Man, you're all about those daily levels, and I respect it. And I don't seem to have the same look. There's 1330 as a low on this daily candle, but why is this a significant level? Oh, okay, sure. I see this now. Yeah, I'm gonna have some practice marking out levels on the daily. So is it more of the daily level being respected, or just a VWAP rejection? Because I've seen this happen plenty of times without there being a significant level up here other than the VWAP. But I'm sure, regardless, daily levels are going to have an impact. So yeah, yeah, good point. Multiple levels rejecting, and that's probably why it was such a nasty flush. That's almost $3 a share there. Man, slow day today. Tough market. Bit of a pattern forming here on IMRA. 5 minute doesn't look bad. Kind of an A. No, no, not really. So yeah, I guess 28 would have been the buy for the 5 minute setup. But not much volume on this, not much range. And yeah, it's a false breakout. Well, this week has probably been the toughest week of trading that I've experienced in a bit. All right, man. Depending how gone you're long for, I might have wrapped up the stream by the time you get back. Um, see, we're looking a little stale out there. Oh, by the way, I'm gonna add you on Discord. I'm gonna change my name to match. Well, I mean, I guess it's not really that important, but yeah, I'll probably change my name to match my YouTube. Hmm. Certainly been a week for the theme of patience and discipline. Oi. Taking a scan through the list here. There's really nothing besides ASAN. This one's above VWAP. We're coming up on this previous pivot level. I would think this would maybe get some eyeballs on it because it's the only thing moving, but there hasn't been much volume on it the whole day, the whole morning. ASAN, it's got 12 million, 13 million shares of volume on the day, so not bad, but not very much. Granted, I guess it's more than PIXY. A nice move from the indices today. Getting up this morning, we were gapped down by about 1%, and now we're up almost 1%. So it's a really nice intraday 2% swing from the market there. Oh man, I'm gonna turn to the bathroom. I'm gonna mute myself here. All right, well, I'm back. So I take a phone call. I think it's we're at a good point here to shut it down for the day. It's quarter after 10. I took one trade on PIXY. Got myself plus 25.50 on the day. So green is good. Base hits are good. Baby steps are good. But more than anything, just looking for the experience gain every day more than the green and red. I think that's more important than keeping up with your P&L for the day. So anyway, Rockling, I don't know if you're still around, but if you are, I again appreciate you being in chat, giving me your perspective on things. It's been very beneficial for me, so it's much appreciated. Um, yeah, I guess that's gonna be where I'm wrapping up. So if you're around later, I'll catch you again. Oh snap, IMRA. Oh boy. Well, technically, I've got about 15 more minutes before I absolutely have to leave, so I'll keep watching this one for now. Highest scales 2037. Got some volume coming in back here, but not very much. I mean enough, I suppose. So break over 30, and then rejection. Wow, today's so slow that I thought I had my Halt scanner paused, but it's not. Or my, not my Halt scanner, but just my stock scanner. Come on. Yeah, we just need more volume. There's no orders coming through right now. Typically, I stand to follow the kind of no volume, no trade idea. So it looks like that dip off 25 got bought up pretty nicely, but still volume is just real low. Kind of similarly again here. We break down below 70. I'm sorry, 27 by about 4 cents, 3 cents, and that gets bought up. But this isn't really the same kind of setup at all. That's what I was talking about earlier. So just kind of waiting on IMRA right now. It's consolidating decently high, and if we could have a move back over 30 here into 32, we could be looking at high of day. But as of right now, I'm not so sure about this one. Take a quick look at everything else. SHPH. It's a funky one. Yeah, SHPH has made a couple of impressive moves over the last few days, but I haven't participated because the risk is high on this thing. The volume isn't super low. Mark out 230 and 270. So are the two 230 and 270 levels. So are you talking about with this stock specifically? Someone tell me to mark out those also, and you'd be surprised how well they're respected. So is that just kind of two arbitrary price levels, or are they based on close? Okay, so they're closer to the daily levels. Okay, I see. Oops. Okay, so it's just kind of there's psychological levels, like you're saying, the whole and the half dollar. So you're saying it works for any kind of price range stock, but you're just looking for the 30 and the 70 level on the cents. It's actually really good to know. Man, I've got this big old eating yesterday. I took a big bite out of my lip, and now it's all swollen, and I've got this. Yeah, I'm sure you know about that. I know what price range, but the lower ones. Oh, okay. I gotcha. Well, I guess, yeah, if it was more if it's like a $20 a share stock, it's going to be the 30 and 70 level is going to be a little bit more insignificant, I think. Just because it's so much more of an expensive stock. Hmm. Well, we're approaching 10:30, and that's where I'm going to kind of have to call it on the day. Um, so it looks like IRMA still looks decent here. If it breaks over 30s, I think we could see a move up to 35, definitely. Close to high of day, but the range is slightly limited on this one. I mean, even to high of day right now, it's about 10 cents. So if it breaks up, that's great. I hope it does. But for the time being, I'm gonna have to call it and wrap it up and get out of here. So I hope everyone's green. Okay. Yeah, that's a good point. It's not just the level that you marked out, but how it actually reacts to that level. And you can see in this case, the 30 level has been a very clear point of resistance. Yeah, multiple times here we came right up to 30 and couldn't claim it. It's curling a bit here. Man, it's time to break up now. I really would hate to be shutting down the stream and getting out of here as this thing is breaking up over highs. But, well, that's a bit of a false breakout. Yeah. You got that right, sir. This is the stock market and nothing is ever guaranteed at all. But one of the aspects that I love about this is that there's new opportunities every day. So for today, opportunity was limited. Could have done a bit better on PIXY. Could have potentially done a bit better on RUBY. But yeah, opportunity was a bit limited today. So I'll call it a day, plus 25.50. So green is good. And I will be back with a recap this afternoon. I'll be back streaming tomorrow. Rockling, good luck on your SPRO. Well, I don't want to say good luck. Luck isn't a thing. No such thing as luck in the market. Well, I'd be kind of lying if I said that. But yeah, I'll call it there. Yeah, take it easy yourself. I'll see you around. Later.